And welcome back, everybody, to, I forget what episode this is of Lone Oak Farm. We've got JD over there finishing up this field. I don't know the number. When we left off, we were currently drilling in grass seed for that field number 46. And yeah, it looks like they are on 38 right now. It looks like they are also in the process of refilling one of the seeders up there. Just on the top of the ridge, so that is also what's going on. And let's go take a look at the rest of the map here while let's just zoom out so we can see that in the background. There we go. That's a nice pretty shot of those guys at the edges doing that refilling process. You can watch that off in the corner. But just to recap, we are, let's see, so this field is done and drilled, ready to go with grass. We're doing this field as grass, so field 30 also needs to be as grass. Let's go look at what we need cultivated, because I don't personally know myself. So it is 51 is cultivated, ready to go. So we got 8 and 18 that need cultivated, 1 needs cultivated, and 12, 26, 41 also need cultivated. Basically every field around that's not adjacent to the home farm here needs cultivated. 31, 21, and 12, I believe. Let me check. I think I put those down as hay slash, grass fields for hay, which means I think we'll need to cultivate them up and plant grass in them. 12, 21, 31, and 37. Those are going to be our hay fields slash wrap silage bales. Yeah, so we'll also have to cultivate those. Let's actually work our way up towards field 31 then. For that, we'll have to go through our cow pasture. We just need to figure out a way how we're going to get up there. Let's go this way. And I think that'll work. So we got another seeder up there getting refilled. Let's try to sneak our way through the pasture over here. I think that should work just fine. Let me actually go turn that up just slightly. And I don't know. That kind of looks. I mean, we don't have tires to pop, but I don't want to damage our treads. I think we can work our way through here. Really, we should, let's, hold on. It is spring, there's not a lot of undergrowth, but let's just walk it first, make sure that there's nothing buried under here that we don't want to run over. Okay, yeah, it looks good. So let's get back in our tractor. If you remember, we got this guy because we took some money and equipment with us over from Tazewell County when we moved out here to Lone Oak, and we wanted a big, powerful tractor to be able to pull the ripper out through, we don't have a lot of wheat fields, we're doing a lot of grass seed in towards the middle of the map, but the outer fields, we will need that ripper to give the fields a little bit more drainage and break up that deep soil. So we're using that. And let's actually not go this way. That's not the way we wanted to go. We can go that way, but it's going to be a little bit easier, I think, if we go down to that bottom gate at the bottom. So this is, if you remember, one of the things that I added to the map. I added this navigation mesh out here in the pasture, and I added a little bit more of a fence and a gate down here. Unfortunately, I have had a few comments. I cannot give out this map, unfortunately, since it's my private edit, right? Remember, you can't give out private edits of maps without permission, and I'm not going to ask, because I want you to download the map from ModHub and rate it 5 stars. Hopefully that you would agree to that. We need to shut this gate so the cows don't escape. But where was I going with that thought? Yeah, it's also really, what I did is relatively easy. If you have any basic skills with computers, you should be able to follow instructions. I've got a few tutorials on this myself. I think, I forget his Shy Wizard? Forget his name, but he also has a tutorial on adding this and setting this up. And then adding the grazing mod that I have is relatively simple as well. And I encourage everybody who has a PC version of this game, just download the editor from Giants and mess around with it a little bit. It could be the beginning of a wonderful new hobby, a wonderful new side to the hobby of modding. And also it's just really good to be able to know how to do a few basic things on a map yourself, just so you can make the map your own and make the map in whatever way that you want. I don't think I've ever played a map without editing it at least a little bit. At least a very little bit. Whoops. That is my alarm telling me to get ready for work. It's actually a lot later than I thought it was. So this will have to be a shorter episode here. I guess I've had too much fun playing the game with these guys, but we'll be able to continue a little while longer in this episode. So don't worry. This isn't going to be one of those times when I start saying goodbye at 6 minutes and leave 45 minutes later. But it might be close to that. So let's just close the gate and see how far we get on this field here. Let's close this one. And this one, like I said, remember, this one's going to be grass. But for now, that means cultivating this baby up. And don't know what's planted here, but we didn't do it. It was the previous farmer, and we needed it to be grass. So I doubt that's not going to be grass. So we're just going to, which side of the field should we start on? Let's start on the east side, because I think we're going to need to exit the field on the northwest corner up there. So it'll be easier if we start over on this side and finish over on that other side. So thought I started unfolding our cultivator back there. I guess not. There we go. That's a little better. We will... Yeah, we'll start down here. This will be good. This is excellent. So you can see I was kind of lazy here. I did the fence all the way down to the tree line, and then I pretended there's a fence through that tree line, through those shrubs. I mean, in reality, the cows could easily get through there. That's not very thick at all. They could probably get through that pretty easy. But I don't know. I wanted to play the map, and I didn't want to keep editing the map. So that's something I'll probably do in a future update and put the fence all the way through those trees. But I really wanted to play. And I mean, can you fault me? Let's get off those humps, and that's really bumpy back there. Let's start cultivating. I am really excited to drive this tractor. I have not... Okay, it would help if I lower the cultivator. Okay, that is not my fault, and I will prove it. I did press the lower button. But with this mod, for some reason, I think it's all of, what is it, Lind BJ, however you pronounce his name. With all of his mods, I'm not sure what he does differently with the unfolding process. But just in case you run into this issue, whenever you unfold the mod, whenever you first unfold the mod, it actually looks like it's lowered, but it's raised. So visually it's lowered, but the game thinks it's raised. So when you first press the lower raise button, it raises it all the way, but the indicator doesn't move. The indicator still thinks it's raised. So then you press lower again, and then it drops it the rest of the way. I don't know if through some type of interlocking mechanism, that's just what you have to do to those in real life to make them work when you first unfold them. But that's the way that they work in the game. So let's drive from inside the cab for a little bit here, just because it's so pleasurable. We'll hop outside the cab eventually later. This cultivator doesn't quite need to be pulled from a tractor this big, but it's a lot. Is that really the edge of the field already? Man, we're gonna make quick work of this field. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? That is a very pretty road. This is an awesome area to work. I have not worked, I've only seen this area from the cow pasture. I haven't actually worked, I mean, obviously, I haven't worked any of the fields down here yet, so I'm very excited to work in some of these fields. This is brilliant. I can't wait until the rest of the guys get down here to plant this field, or drill this field. I keep saying plant. It's not really planting, is what I would call it. Everybody seems to have a different interpretation of the word. My interpretation of the word is basically in accordance with the North American John Deere website. enough said. You can go on there if you are confused what I'm talking about. They have different categories for planters and different categories for drills slash seeding slash air seeding equipment. So that's what I call planter slash planting, seeding slash seeding, or drilling, whatever you want to call it. I grew up calling it drilling. I've never heard of the word seeder until I started playing Farming Simulator. But anyway, yes. What I was saying, I can't wait till the rest of the guys get down here and seed field 31 with grass, because it is it's pretty cool in this valley. Look at this. That is, and okay, we missed a little spot there. We're gonna have to go back and get that, just because this field is already, is this field already planted? Yeah, this field's already planted with something, and we don't want it to be whatever it is. So we're just really, I mean, this is just kind of gameplay simulation. Really, this would not work cultivating seed that's already been planted, because the seed would still probably grow. I don't know what you would have to do. You'd have to, like, you probably have to spray some herbicide that would kill whatever seed is growing in this field, and then replant with whatever you want. That's really what you'd have to do in real life. But we're just playing the game for now, and we're gonna pretend that moving the seed around in the dirt will somehow not allow the seed to germinate. So press the I believe button, if you will. Man, that's just so pretty right next to the river there. Look at that view. And it'll even get prettier. And again, this is one of the joys of seasons. It'll get prettier as the summer progresses, and then when the fall goes, it'll be really nice as well, because there's a lot of evergreens in this area. Even winter will be nice. There's a lot of evergreens in the area that are still going to give us that pretty green color, and not have everything die in the winter. The winter will look a lot like it does now, only with snow on the ground, probably. So, you know, it's still got that, basically the winter textures before the trees have the foliage. Trying to figure out, whenever I don't use GPS, I typically figure out somewhere, you know, a frame of reference somewhere in the tractor where I put that frame of reference right at the edge of the worked ground. So, like, for example, let's drop it right there. So, for example, here it seems to be roughly perfect width when the ground texture is going to the bottom right hand corner of that window on the tractor. That seems to be just about perfect. That seems to be just about perfect right there. I think, 1 second here while I tab to another window off screen. I need to be able to monitor that channel. Okay, here we go. So, let's go to that one. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. It looks like one of my farm hands must go for the day, so I thank him for his work, and I will see him around later. He's done a lot of cultivating and seeding on this map, helping me out get started, so definitely appreciate that work. Unfortunately, I cannot pay any of you guys, so hopefully you don't expect pay out of this. You're working for a good hearty meal, and you know what? Let's say I can pay for your plane ticket, so you guys can fly out here for the season. Yeah, you know what? I can even you know what? There might be a house somewhere that we could put them up for lodging, room and board. So we'll do that. Well, we can do that for while they're working here. I mean, I guess we can afford to give them lodging and room and board. But if we do that, then we can't pay for their plane tickets. So that's one of those things. And how are we doing on time? I still got enough time. We're going to be able to finish this field. Man, look at those cows. That's just, I'm so happy I put the cows in that pasture. We need to remember to start turning a little earlier. But that looks really nice. Did I miss a spot? I guess I could also look. I gotta pay more attention to what I'm doing. That's, you know, that's one of the downsides of these maps. It's just you really want to keep. It's like I can't. I can't do this efficiently and still look out over the valley, especially like if I want to do this reverse view that looks really pretty on the tractor. This is pretty close to impossible to do while still cultivating everything that, yeah, I look like a drunkard there. Hopefully you don't see those swervy cultivator lines that think I was drinking too much when they get over this field. Let's, I don't know what it is about that creek. That just looks so, I don't know, insert fancy word, picturesque. Looks really nice. I would like to see it with a little bit more grass though. It'll be great when when it turns into summer. And you know, that's also the other thing. It's going to be really fun working these fields all summer long when we do hay and silage bales. And thinking of round bales in this field, it doesn't seem, except for this this upper part I'm going towards, most of it's relatively flat. I don't think the bales will roll too much on this field. I am hopefully still gonna have help when it comes time to pick up all of the round bales because that's gonna take a lot of manpower. I'm determined to do round bales. I'm determined. But, well, I'm not that determined. I can see us easily going to wrapped, you know, going to some square bales and wrapping them. It's just a little bit easier with the bale handling physics to do square bales. So I guess I'd be fine with that as well. But I really love the round bales. One thing it might do to make them a little bit easier is you could always cheat a little bit and increase the more realistic volume that round bales have, just to kind of reduce the number of bales you have to handle in a field, but it still gives you the fun feeling of handling round bales. Sense of accomplishment, I guess you'd call it. Satisfaction. I don't know. A lot of people would just be frustrated with round bales. Maybe they'll just leave all the round bales to me, and they'll just go and do all the other work, and I'll have to do the round bales. That's probably what'll happen. Looking towards the future, I don't know what we're gonna do for combines and harvest in the fall, because that's gonna be 3 people driving combines, possibly. We're gonna need at least I don't know how much does this stuff yield. Are we gonna need the auger wagon for this? Probably. Oh, definitely, yeah. With 3 combines and only 1 semi. Well, we have the grain truck as well, but I don't think we're gonna have to sell all the seed because we can't store any of it on our farm. So I would imagine, even though it's small combines, they're gonna need unloaded relatively quick, and that means something that can reach them quick, which is not a semi or a truck. That's an auger wagon. So we're gonna need the auger wagon. So that's 4 drivers and then at least 5. So 5 people to go full bore for harvest. And I mean, we basically have that now if we have the same amount of popularity as this series continues. So that'd be great. If you do want to end on this series, then well, you basically have to be, I basically have to know you from my Discord group or know you from somewhere else around in the community. Otherwise, I'll probably just ignore your private message. Or if you're too pestering, I'll probably just ban you from my Discord server. I do have an open Discord. I encourage you to join the Discord. I really spend a lot of my free time there talking with guys, looking at pictures that other people post of their games, and I don't know, it's a fun little community. There's also a modding section for those who want to try to improve themselves and expand their hobby a little bit, like I talked about earlier. So feel free to ask questions there on the modding section as well. And yeah, I like the little virtual. It's small, but I like the virtual friends that I have so far, and I'm glad that they like me and like playing on the maps that I play. So it's just, I don't know. In a lot of ways, it's kind of funny when you think about how many people actually enjoy playing Farming Simulator a lot. I mean, I've got how many thousands of hours in this game? I love other games too, but by far this game is my most played on Steam, and I think that's just remarkable when you think about how many hours you can sink into one game. But then again, of course, it's the mods and the mod community that makes it that way. But still, that's a lot of time in one game. I would hate to think of, oh my goodness, if I worked minimum wage at McDonald's for the same amount of hours that I played Farming Simulator 17, I'd be able to afford a pool in my backyard. It's yeah, let's not think about that. That's kind of depressing. Right, less depressing thoughts. Oh man. Well, you know, I don't know. It's I like to use the excuse that it's a relaxing thing that I do before bed. So we can just leave it at that. Everyone needs to be able to relax, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not hours wasted because I've met friends. And I've met virtual friends, so it's not time wasted. Yeah. Yeah. So just need to justify it a little bit more in our heads, then I'll be okay at all the hours that I have in this game. So anyway, that's that. We do have, let's see, someone did buy more cows. I'm not sure if did I show that in one of the episodes? I did. I think I showed that because I was commenting about, it's been a long day. I was commenting about how the trailer's really wide, and so we bought some more cows. That's actually something to check into. We could use some animal stuff, so pretty soon we do have that grass grazing mod. As soon as we get a growth stage from grass, we'll be able to, you know, hopefully the grass will grow and they'll be able to give themselves grass. But they're in the yellow, they're all under half, so we're gonna need a little bit more water and stuff like that. They got a few days in them yet though, so it's not something that needs done right now. But that is something to try to keep track of, that you actually have cows and you don't want to kill the cows. I gotta remember that, because I could see myself, especially since we don't have the stop milk mod. I didn't see a dairy or anywhere to deliver the milk easily, realistically, so I didn't want to use the stop milk mod, which means we're gonna have to pay. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that helped me to remember to take care of the cows in the past, was that I have to deliver the milk. Without delivering the milk, I'm afraid my cows are gonna die. I don't want my cows to die. We're gonna have to remember that. We'll also have to figure out how many I hope this is enough. I really want a lot of dairy cows, but I don't know how many grass bales we're gonna need for that. So that's something that we might have to expand as we move on. We might have to buy more pastures or make more pastures with some of our other fields. We do still have $268,000, so I know there's lots of jokes about how I never have any money and I always spend it all because I never have any money and I always spend it all, but we do need to save some money for buying some extra, either some extra hay fields or just a few extra hay bales to maybe get us by if it's needed. So that's something that I always consider in the future. What else here? I think that's pretty much a good plan going forward. I mean, well, it's not much of a plan. I didn't really talk about how many cows I'm gonna buy, did I? I don't know. Let's try to buy 200. No, that's too much. I mean, I already have, what is it? If I buy them when it's cheaper, I think I might be able to buy another 50 at least. hopefully maybe 100. I think that put us around 150 cows. So I think I have 56 now. I think I have 56 cows. So if none of them died, I should have that much. We're just gonna leave the cultivator lowered while we finish these end rows here. I think I should have that many cows. Let's just look. It's not that hard to look. 56 cows. So if we buy another 100, I think that'll put us 156. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good number. Although I would like more. I would love there to actually be, you know, a good usage for all of the cuttings of hay that we do, and silage bales, and that's a lot more. It's a lot more busy work too on the server. So once we get going, there shouldn't really be any lack of jobs at any time. Plus, it's nice because it's not like I'm doing this as a, you know, as like a multiplayer server. This is my. I've been playing multiplayer on a standard clock where you can't advance the time for so long because it's on a multiplayer server with other people. I've been doing Twitch streams on that for so long. It's hard to wrap my head around the thought that if nothing's going on, you can fast forward the time. But of course I can, because, well, I'm gonna film a YouTube episode with nothing. So yeah, I mean, of course I'm gonna fast forward if there's nothing going on, but we'll just have to play that by ear. Of course, if we don't have enough cows to use all of our hay that we can produce from our grass fields, we can always sell that at wherever the bale sell. Are there bale sell points? Let's look at that real quick. So we have sell points. Where is a maybe not. I don't see that on the PDA, and that should appear. So maybe we can't. Maybe we can't sell bales for money to other neighboring farmers. It would be good to do that, though, because I think we're going to have a lot of straw between all the wheat, and I know Aiden said when they do the grass seed harvesting, it actually, you know, right, because it's drier, it actually spits out straw, you know, from the back of the combine. And he said they used to spread it, but normally nowadays straw is valuable enough in the area that they put it in a windrow and bale it for straw. Even if they don't use it all, I guess they sell it, and it's valuable enough that they can do that. So that means we're gonna have a lot of straw, which would be really nice to be able to have a straw sell point somewhere on the map, so that we could actually bale up all that straw and sell it. Because, I mean, thinking about it in real life and also in game, what good would putting down a layer of straw do on a field when it's not going to do anything? Because it's not like it's going to get cultivated in for more fertilizer, right? So I'm just looking. There was one little spot I missed that I wanted to get. So it's not like it's going to do anything if we leave it. So it'd be wise to gather it up, but where is this spot? I missed one little section, which is bad because there was stuff growing on this map. I mean, on this. Okay, so it's almost straight behind me. Okay, we got that. I don't want anything else growing in this field other than grass. Especially because it's grass, it's not like it's going to get cultivated again the next year. So let's be sure to get this really good. And according to my PDA, that should have gotten it. We got it. Nice. Okay, so let's turn back around and do the end rows, and then we'll be able to help Roy out on that other field maybe a little bit. And then I will have to go. Well, I should probably start getting ready now. Actually, I should almost be leaving a little. He relieved me a little earlier, so I will probably try to get in there a little early as well and relieve him early as well. Typical turnover time at work is 6, but that means everybody shows up at 5:30. But then sometimes people show up before 5:30, and I try to, you know, if I get off work early, I try to match it so they get off roughly the same time that they relieve me from the watch. So I'll probably head in a little early, which means I don't know how much. Man, I really love working the fields in this valley. This is something special. I can't wait until I hear everybody else's reaction from working these fields. It's really, really nice over here. I love seeing other tractors work around in the fields. It's just JD was saying that in the Discord. It's just so relaxing to see other tractors do field work, isn't it? It just adds so much to the map. Playing multiplayer in Farm Sims where it's at. And I think that should be all of this field. Let's just double check our map to make sure we... Oh, looks like the 2 more little tidbits up here we're gonna have to go and get. And right about there. There we go. This tractor's already sucked down like 200 liters of fuel. What's the full tank on this thing? It's big. We've used a lot of fuel on this guy. Let's make our way across the creek here. Did he? 1 second here. Yes, he did add a little bit of sound here. That's nice. A little bit of sound goes a long way for the map. That's another thing that you don't often see in other maps. You know, the Frontier maps do a great job adding sound at key spots in the map. And that's just something that you miss. It's like, you don't miss it until it's gone. And then it's like, well, what's missing on this other map? I don't really know. But then when you pull up the map in Giants Editor and you toggle on showing all the different sound places, it's amazing all the different sounds they have on a map. I will probably, let's see here. Let me just work the field edges for Roy here. And I don't know if I have really time to help him out too much. We'll probably just do one pass over there where it's a little bit harder over on the edge, working away from him. I'll probably do that. Wow, I didn't realize this field went up here next. Okay, so there's another little ditch right there. That's pretty awesome. Did I get all of that stuff? Don't want any potatoes growing. And nope, there's just a little bit more down there. Actually, this looks like it's harvested. It's not actually. Okay. So there shouldn't be, I think that's just texture. There shouldn't be anything growing, I think. Right? Right? Because it's let me just make sure here. Right? Because it's purple. Right, yeah, that's harvested. The only thing that has something growing is field 49, so we shouldn't have to worry about getting it perfectly, actually. I didn't even think about that. Well, we do if we want to cultivate it as grass. So let's go back and, I mean, if we want to plant it as grass, I want there to be grass everywhere. Well, let's just go back and get that a little bit. Where was it at? Where was it at? Okay, so this is using our cool new technology of mapping, which yeah, tractors kind of have something like this in real life. If they would have planted the map with GPS and the right equipment, they could actually see where there are crops growing. But then I didn't plant this field because I bought it after somebody planted it, so that's not really the case. And yes, I was talking about forensic GPS. I don't know what I was I got sidetracked and I don't know what I was talking about. We're just finishing up this field, and then we're gonna go soon because I have to work. Well, I'm gonna go soon because I have to work. But let's see here. Don't want to leave him his own inrows. I'll just work down here a little bit next to the river. Try to work basically the same angle as him. I'm not really gonna use GPS for this part, so let's just turn on in here, and it's roughly the same angle that he's using. We'll just tear up this, so I don't understand this. Is this planted or not? Because according to the map, it says that it's in the harvested growth state, but I don't see, I guess, is that what Seasons does? It leaves all these, it leaves all the humps, even though, that's kind of weird. It leaves all the humps, even though, I didn't realize it did that. I thought it got rid, oh, I don't know. I thought once do you harvest with, I'm so confused. I guess I haven't done potatoes enough to know what normally happens after you harvest them with the ground texture. I know with normal crops, the seeded texture that you see, I think that changes at some point after your harvest, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. I don't know what I'm saying. Just ignore everything that I say. I just need to delete the last like 5 minutes of that episode because it doesn't make any sense. But it is pretty, so we'll keep it. There's our nice disc going over there. And we are just about done with this section. Got a few more turns. We'll let him work that. I'll just turn around here and grab this corner. I think that should be it for my section too. And I will move on to the next field, but I will not start it because I've got to run to work. And so until next time, I'll just start my sign-off spiel. Whatever I say during sign-offs, insert that here, and I will, you know what, I'll just follow him right up. Whatever I normally do during sign-offs, insert that here, and I will see you guys later for some stuff. There's one little bit there that I'll go back and get. He can run up along the end rows maybe, and yeah, let's just go back and grab this. I think there was a part that I missed, probably somewhere in there. Maybe. No, I thought I missed something there. No, I guess I didn't. All right, well, that'll be good. And let me actually run along this edge then, because I think there's probably some that he missed. I don't think he was able to get all the way to the edge all the time, so let's just run a pass along here. And that should do it for this field. I don't know where the next logical, how do you get out of this field? I don't even know. Oh yeah, I guess I did, right? Yeah. We'll change that here. So we'll just go over to the other side of the field then, and all right, we'll just work our way over to the other side of the field here. Probably run a pass up next to him. Just, it doesn't look like he missed anything. Yeah, so we'll just work along right here over to the next field, which is gonna be field 12. Small little field. But again, I'm gonna have to leave this vacant and let someone else grab it and get it. When you next see us, it will probably be a little bit later in spring, and we will be planting some wheat. For right now, it's just grass. So the guys could trail us up here to fields 31, 21, and 12. They also all need grass, but remember, wheat cannot be planted yet because it will not germinate and it will rot in the ground. So let's lift up here. Let's see if we can. Okay, well, let's do our due diligence. We're gonna walk through this foliage here, make sure there's nothing. I always have visions of dad part. We used to have a really old-fashioned harrow, and you know, before, I forget, was that even before we had a field cultivator? I don't even know what we used the harrow for. It was like something my grandpa used, but we used to park it in one of the waterways in the grass, and it was just rotting out there and rusted. So before I drive through a place like that, I just want to make sure that it's nice and clean, because I have visions of that harrow. Running over the harrow with the big tractor would not be good. So let's actually just park right here. And you know, maybe 13 looks beautiful. I just want to. This is the problem with this map. I want to buy and work every single field on the map. That looks very pretty. 13 right next to those other ones in the valley. That looks like it could be a very good field to buy as well. I wonder how much 13 is. Well, we can't just buy the whole map. I mean, the first year. We can't buy it because we don't have cows. I'm not going to buy this one. 100,000. That'll leave us with no money left over for cows. However, 2 is not very big, and it still kind of has the same view of this valley, and it looks equally pretty good as well. So, that one's only 41,000. I mean, that's not much at all. But I think we'll save we'll save the money for now, and we won't spend it because where did Roy go? I thought he was working field 12. He went over to 8. I saw him come up this way. I just assumed that he'd stay here and work it. It looks like he's going over to 12. Okay, well, anyway, that will complete this episode. I hope to see you all later. Thanks for tuning in, and special thanks to all my minions, employees, that aren't working for money, so I can't really call them hired hands. Whatever you want to call them, I say thank you to the guys for helping out here and making the map a lot of fun. So I thank you, everybody. I will see you all for the next episode. Not sure when the recording / publishing will be, but it will hopefully be soon, because I really want to play a lot more Lone Oak and make a lot of progress here. So I will see you guys later, hopefully, and goodbye for now.